Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of Lee Davis Draws. I made one yesterday. It was the final page of issue 7 of Door to Death. And it was pretty cool, but my software keeps crashing while I'm trying to mix it down with the final edit. So I'll hopefully get that worked out and put it out there eventually. It went on like over an hour, but it's all pure gold because it's me. And yeah, so here's me into infinity, but more importantly, I'm not attempting to direct your attention to my handsome face going into infinity so much as just this is the tablet I'm using today that hooks up to my laptop. And yeah. So anyway, yeah, I finished the last page of Door to Death, issue 7. And now before I get into the editing and putting all the letters, words and stuff like that, I need to make a cover. So I'm going to attempt to do this in, let me introduce y'all to, this is Smokey. Hey, Smokey. Smokey, say hi to everyone. Not a toy. So Smokey's job, besides being a sweet kitty, is drive me crazy when I'm trying to work on things. And if I ever played video games, which I totally don't, she'd probably get in the way of that too. But I never played video games, like ever. So I can't be certain of that. But I imagine if I did play video games, she would probably make it pretty difficult. Anyway, so the fun part of this, besides listening to me ramble and make really bad jokes, is I don't really particularly know what kind of cover I'm going to do for Door to Death, issue 7. I started one yesterday. I had my portable tablet. As you will learn in the other video, whenever it gets made, that the power cable, the housing for it, when it's faulty, it's just so worn out. I've had it for so many years. It's just so old and beat up. That thing is very poor. Is connectivity a word? It doesn't connect very well. It like just the slightest little jostle in the connection, so I gotta sit there and fidget with it and just move it around and try to get it into the right position so the energy feeds. And the battery life is pathetic. 15 minutes on a good day probably. But I mean, it's all I got right now for when I'm on the go. But I'm in the comfort of my own home right now, and so yeah, once again, I'm going to do a cover for Door to Death, issue 7. And I took Emily to piano, and I got to stick around, which is fine. I get to kind of be in the background as Emily's practicing and learning, and it's great. It's a wonderful thing, and I get to work on my art. And I started a cover, and I just didn't like it too much, and I don't even think I'm going to continue. I mean, I should see this. Sometimes you're partially through something, you got the basic outline, and you just say this stinks. But sometimes you should keep on going because you add more layers and more texture and more details, and it can become something great. But I just wasn't quite feeling it, and I don't know what I'm going to do right now. I got the idea though. I want it to pop. I want loud, vibrant colors. I like using happy, kind of festive colors. Don't ask why. I just do. I like the juxtaposition, the morbid stuff being done with nice colors. It's just always been one of my things. But maybe this won't turn out that way. The blacks and reds are cool too. More morbid combination. Oh, that cat! I love holding my cat. Our cat, Smokey, that we got from the Perfect Cafe, but every time she gives me affection, it sets me. I got like cat hair all on my face, so I'm gonna be sitting here doing this a lot. But fortunately, you don't have to watch me itching my face because we're gonna get to this art. I'm gonna shut up. I've gone on for 5 minutes. Let's get going. This is okay. Yeah, I want to Oh, daggone it. Alright. I'm going to do something loud and close up. So, another close up of a face, and a morbid one. It's got to be transforming. I don't know who's. It should be in reference. Oh, I got to close this out too. It does this when I plug this in. I swear. Once again. Okay, so I'm in ArtRage, which is free software. Enjoy. Just got to pay for your tablet. Okay. I do 300 DPI, and because the memory is processed faster on my laptop than that old tablet, I double the size to get a little better detail. I don't know how much of a difference it makes, honestly, but instead of 6:9, I do 12:18 because 2 is 12 and 9 times 2 is 18. That's what my teacher told me. Yeah. So I've restarted, so it will probably register the lines. There we go. I don't know why it does that. When I plug the tablet in after I've begun the software, it doesn't seem to want to register it. So I got to restart the software. So what should we do? I usually start off with an eyeball. Well, not. Let's do. Alright, I did our serpent tentacle arm monster for the last issue. Issue 6 came out forever ago. I can't believe it's taken so long to get back to Door to Death. And I feel bad about that, but it's not like I haven't had anything to do. I've been working on so many things. I've had so many projects in this time. And once again, a special shout out to Raj for asking what's going on with Door to Death. I mean, I just don't have too many readers. Hopefully that'll change. Facebook page gets a lot of likes. I don't really like Facebook that much, but that's where everybody is right now. So I haven't vacated the premises. I hope you all will consider moving over to MeWe.com. Checking out my videos on Rumble.com/Lee Davis. And, you know, I like these alternative platforms that aren't getting as much love or traffic, but I don't like overreaching censorship. I know that's a big debate. Everyone's like, well, we're protecting people from bad information. I'm like, nah, you're just kind of controlling the information. You know, I'm not saying, don't fall into that trap. They're stopping opinions they don't like. If they're stopping misinformation, that's great. But isn't this a free country? Shouldn't people just kind of get their information, as long as they're not hurting anybody with it, then they can kind of believe whatever they want? I mean, I always thought that was kind of like, you decide where you're getting your information from. You look at the situation and come to your own conclusion. Make up your own decision. I mean, can you handle that? Or do you need Big Brother to control it for you, to keep you safe? Or are you just thinking of others? Are you just so terribly smart and everybody is so terribly stupid that you want to protect them from bad information? Well, that is just so kind of you. Give me a break. Censorship is crap. I don't care how you want to spin it. Oh, this Big Brother is just taking care of us. Shut up. Alright, so we're kind of doing what I was doing yesterday. I ended up we're going with the same character. This character ate some bad sushi. And as I explained in the other video, one thing of Door to Death will teach you, if you haven't already learned, is just because sushi tastes really good doesn't mean it won't turn you into a cannibalistic monster. possessed by dark energies from the underworld. So, be cautious. Tentacles coming out of this poor woman's mouth. Eyelashes, because only women have eyelashes. That might not be accurate. I might have some eyelashes myself. I haven't checked lately. I kind of think that. But when I'm drawing, only women have eyelashes. It's just a little reminder that they're a woman. No, you never know. Maybe they had gender reassignment surgery and had the eyelashes implanted. And hey, I'm not one to judge. If you're a man that wants to have eyelashes, it is your right. Just don't force it on me. Keep it out of the public schools. Don't forget to open a new layer, because I've done it before where I start doing all my ink and then I realize it's on the same layer with the pencils, and then I'm in trouble. No, I gotta fix it. Wee-haw! Sign is 303, serious. Alright, y'all. That's you. Should we do paintbrush? Hey, you know what? Let's try something really fun. Which one? I think this is a really cool tool. Let's just see how this works out. If it doesn't look good, then we'll just move on with our life. Let's at least give it a shot. I like the effect of this. Oh, what is it called? Glue pen. Of course! The glue pen. Again, I remember, I've talked about it before, but I remember when, it was actually my friend Tessie, I'll call her by name. She's been a real good friend and support. Back in our days of working the Quick Shop, it was sad when a certain art store in Blacksburg shut down. And I mentioned to everybody that was a shame, but I maintain the guy that ran that place was a jerk. Such a jerk. I was so happy when I got my digital tablet and I didn't have to buy paper and pens at that store anymore. I told everybody I wanted to save the rainforest, but the truth is, I just didn't want to patronize that jerk's art store, which was a very good art store. But he was such a jerk to me. I told the story before. Let me just see, if you really want to know, let me tell it again. For all of you just dropping in here. I was working a terrible job. I've done that a lot in my life, but I'm just working some lousy jobs for the sake of my family. And I pass up the stuff that I want, and I work something that makes me miserable for other people. And about had my fill of that. I was working at this place that was crushing my soul in a slightly different way than the place before that, where incidentally Tesla ended. And I went to I shouldn't say it. Well, I said it. The place is closed anyway, good. I went into Pish Bish, and they had a help wanted sign. And even though I was, how old was I? Oh man, I was like 30. I just can't believe how many years I'm playing in this charade. Things got better, thank God. But it's hard to believe I was 30 when I was like, I've had some jobs that made me feel so proud and great. I always gave them up for my family, and then all of a sudden I'm like stocking malt liquor in the cooler, making cheesy money, cleaning up cigarette butts off. Anyway. But yeah, I just thought an art store. Most of the people working there were young college girls. About a decade younger than me. It's sad. I'm 42 now. It's just hard to believe. That time goes by like that. It kind of stinks. I expected much more from my life than that, but whatever. That's just how things turned out. And Yeah, I went in there and I just inquired about the job, and the guy just, man, stared daggers at me. It was so awkward to me. I said I'd try to give you a short version of it. I just gave you another long version of it. It's slightly different narration. Whatever. He was a jerk. I'm glad he's out of business. Yeah, and then, yeah, there was that time we just went in there because there was an art showing. I like art. Believe it or not, I actually enjoy it. It's like a wonderful hobby for me. I've had people close to me attack the hell out of it and keep me far, far away from it and demonize it and everything for so many years. And yeah, I just thought, hey, maybe I'll ask. Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. What am I talking about? I already told that part. I went in there and there's this nice young woman who was showing her. I really like the blue pen, by the way. That's a fact. I really enjoy the blue pen, digital blue pen. Yeah, she was showing off her watercolors, and they were beautiful. They were really wonderful. I was amazed. I could not do something like that. You know, I was. That's dang on his cat's hair. I swear. Okay, I wish we had a little more width on the blue pen, but this is a big pen size, so let's just go with it. Y'all, wherever we're at in about 40 minutes, I'm probably going to call it that. Because I got to pick Emily up at the bus stop. Oh, yeah, I just went in there. I told the young lady, I said, there's a young Chinese woman. And I was just saying, all these people admiring her work, and I just walked out. I said, "This is really good stuff." And jokingly, of course, I said, "I'd like to steal your style." Everyone laughed. They all got it. These people, younger than me, nice young people. And she said, "Thank you." And she said, "Why don't you go get something to eat?" And there was like an hors d'oeuvres table. I said, "Yeah, I guess I'll do that." Sorry to those of you who already heard this, but here we go again. I went over there, and the guy, I felt so uncomfortable. I was not going to get into a staring competition, but he came up and like practically got in my face. He stood right in front of me and gave me a death stare, like I will kill you, dude. This old creepy guy from Mish Mish and Shish Dish or whatever it's called, and he was a creep. He was so rude for uncalled for. What is it about me that makes some of you asswipes hate on me so much? It's like, I don't get it. Is it I'm not like cool enough? I'm too goofy or something like that. I don't understand you asswipes that like just So I basically all go through that. Maybe I just whine about it more. It's like I don't get it. It's like if you don't really, you're just like maybe we don't have much in common. Maybe you just don't really see chemistry. Maybe it won't work out. Maybe you don't want to give me a job. You don't know me, and you just don't feel it. It's just I don't think this is going to work out. And in that guy's case, I think it had a lot to do with the fact that I wasn't a cute young 19, 20, 21-year-old college girl. Might have had a little something to do with it. But let's watch out for these glasses. I want the glasses stem or whatever that part's called. I don't want to obscure it. Excuse me. Cats give me allergies. So see, I love cats. And that one always wants to snuggle right up close to me, which is really sweet. Get cat hair all on my mouth, sneezing, it's in my face. Let's save. I have had this software crash on me before. I don't much care for it. Yeah, I'll never forget. I mean, he got right up in my face to the point, like, I just stopped making my hors d'oeuvre, like I was putting some bologna or something, cheese on a cracker or something like that. I just darted out of there. It just crashed. It seriously did. What? Okay. You better save, too, or else this is over. Seriously? Did it not save? Dude? Oh, praise the Lord. Check my email. It's happening, people. Kelly's a really not good friend. So true. I don't care if you're rich or poor with skin color you have. None of us should be such snobs. Good for you pointing this out. Yeah. I made a video because I was so inspired. Our guy said hi to me and called me by name today, and that doesn't happen very often. I mean, I don't have a very rich social life, and I posted a video about it. It's tests. My daughter's got a spelling test. Yeah. Let's just do this way. This is faster. Yeah, this process is faster. This is still a big file. I should have just left it at 6 by 9 inches. This is a pretty big file, but so you see the lag there. You see that. Hurry up, catch up. But who cares? I'll just continue. That's probably why it crashes too. I mean, probably has something to do with it. It's too much information in the computer for it to. Yeah, that might have been a mistake. I could probably reduce the size. Just keep it up. It's not a big deal. Yeah. It's digital art. I'm all for it. I'm for digital music too. I know I'm still so tapped into grindcore and death metal. I mean, not with the fervor as I used to be. I don't collect, but I check in if there's something cool going on. There's a lot of cool stuff going on with death metal these days. More specifically, I'd say gore grind. And, it's funny getting to this point where gore grind, you hear, it's like, I heard John Cusack mention reference Norwegian death metal in that Cell movie, the Stephen King Cell movie I was watching last night. I think it's cool when it's like, death metal gets acknowledged, because it was, in the 90s, you started finding it in stores, that's true, but it's still cult, It's still, most of death metal was underground. I mean, you had the stuff you found in stores, but it was always, kids, a lot of kids like me who just wanted more, and you discover the underground. And man, there's a universe of a galaxy of death metal out there. And now it's gotten to where, like, I forget where the last place I heard gore grind mentioned. I said, dude, I remember when gore grind was like some bands, some bands just imitating, Carcass. I mean, you had Dead Infection, Pathologist, all my favorites, Hemorrhage, Necrony, Gut, and all these other things. And now it's like, I remember my old buddy Ern saying, man, gore grind's becoming trendy. He said that like back in 2020 years ago. Holy moly. Good Lord, what is going on here? But, yeah, it's time just, good Lord, what happened all those years? Man, all this stuff. Oh, just, I'm losing myself. Well, anyway, yeah, gore grind is, I don't know if I'd say it's trendy. It's just around. I mean, it's not obscure anymore, or not like it used to be. And it's just crazy feeling like an old timer and saying, man, I was there. I remember when it was like some guys writing each other, some fanzines, some demo tapes, some 7-inch EPs, some labels, had Bizarre Leprous Productions, and a lot of these are still going strong. Like Bones Brigade, you had Last Days of Humanity broke out. Anyway, but what have I been excited? Besides, like, just new Carcass, of course, there's well, this doesn't blend too good, does it? That's the one complaint I have about the glue pen. I wish it blended better. I think it's time to temporarily turn off our pencils. I really hope that this will blend better. Let's switch over to watercolors and see what happens. Let's get a wider. Okay. Are we going to blend it? Yeah, see, I love how watercolor blends, but this is even more. Something about watercolor on art rage is so sluggish. That's what I said, though. What I said this morning, if you just say hi to somebody, it really can make a difference in their day. Just a genuine hello. Something true, not fake. Hello. Yeah, I love when people say hello to me, but by love, I mean, I think it's ridiculous when I say hello to somebody and they go, it's like they can't get their heads out of their ass cracks. Like, long enough to even muster up a half believable greeting. People, and this doesn't make people necessarily the worst kind of people. It's just like, dude, it's I love what Reagan said. Something to paraphrase him, but if aliens came down and invaded, we'd all get to be friends real quick. There's people that fought together. They see each other on a spiritual level. They've gotten to know each other like family, and I think it's a beautiful thing. And I don't think we should necessarily have to be involved in combat or have to watch each other's backs or I don't think we should have. But they've learned a lesson. They know something that a lot of these yuppies just don't know, which is we're all in this together, and we need. There's all these like dividing people and all these cliques and freaking this nasty crap you say about people. Now it's unbelievable. They got rid of the pro-mask versus the anti-mask, and of course now it's like more of these dirtbags are still trying to divide us by color, which is just like, dude, what century are we in again? Like, why don't we shut that crap off? Why don't we like go to Mars or something, or at least read Door to Death comic books or something like that? It just seems like it's such a better thing to do than indoctrinate a bunch of kids that they're evil or they're victims or something. We should all just hate ourselves and hate the country we live in, and ignore all these great blessings that we enjoy every day and take for granted, because life hasn't been hard for a lot of these busybody dipshits for ever in their entire lives. So they find this weird shit to moan and groan about. Thank you, the lucky stars you got it so good. I like this scheme. I want loud colors. Let's say every once in a while. Oh, what I really love about doing these illustrations close up is then when you back out, just how much more refined the detail becomes. And that's why if you are mind boggled by a piece of art you see, these days with the computer, you look at Wes Benschotter's death metal album covers. Look at one of his Broken Hope album covers. He's a brilliant artist, amazing. But if you want some kind of understanding of what's going on with that guy when he's working, if you just want a closer look, zoom in on it, get closer, and you can start to see. This is basic. Anyone would understand this, so I'm sure a lot of you will say, well, duh, no kidding. But it really does kind of dawn on me when I look closer at these pictures and just get a more intimate feel of the painting, of the illustration, of the strokes that were made. These are larger canvases. They're just very elaborate and very involved, and it took them a heck of a long time to finish. I still got cat hair swimming around in my mouth. I love that cat, but I don't like eating cat hair. Look closer, and you start to say, man, it's all of a sudden it doesn't bother your mind as much. It's still an amazing piece, but you get, it's like behind the scenes. That's how they did that. Oh man, that's pretty cool. So yeah, some basic understanding and having the drive to do it. I wish I'd taken some art classes. I did when I was a kid. I won't get into the kind of fiasco that it became, and spare you all the details of how it got repressed and destroyed and turned into something horrible. Turned into something I hated myself for even having, to the point that I wondered why God gave me this gift if it was such a terrible thing. Which it never was. I was just manipulated and tricked. It was never a bad thing. Art is not a bad thing. People who want to get closer to God, and a lot of people who are very pure, don't make time for these distractions. But it's my calling, and You could call this sensitive. I mean, I think if any real self-righteous people want to say this is a waste of time or this is against God or something like that, then I think you should read Door to Death and then tell me what you think. Because I want to compare Door to Death to the Bible. That would just be a really crappy thing to say. But I think it has some things in common in that. I mean, it's we'll leave the debate for the scholars as to the validity of a lot of the stories and what have you. I have an open mind. I'm not going to be one of these college kids that just shoots it down because their professor said so. But anyway, I think because the core substance, I think there is something greater. I know in my heart there's something greater than us. And well, I guess when I'm telling a Door to Death story, I have a purpose, and I think these stories are. I think they're important in their way. I think they're my contribution, in a way, to society. As much as weird and stupid and ridiculous as that sounds, let's check my. Okay, I guess we're getting sound. I hope. Otherwise, I've been talking so time for no reason. Yeah. I think this is just what I felt destined to do since I was a kid. So start blending a little bit so that works out. I wanted to do it since I was a kid. It's just been it's almost like programmed into me. I just felt destined to do it. As soon as I could get my hands on crayons, I was making this stuff. I mean, it's just it's part of who I am, and I love my I love my work. Kind of embarrassed by it a little bit. I mean, it is like a personal side, but I think that's all. Just getting out there and doing something means exposing your heart, and in many cases opening it up to attacks, which is not fun. But what are you going to do? Let them win and not do it? There's all kinds of people who are just out to rip people apart. They're just so pathetic in nature. I referenced the idiot who called my work racist. That's the latest thing all these bullies do. They don't like it or it's not to their ear, and they find something to call it. They call everything they don't like racist. And it's a real flimsy reason. It's like I maintain. I had like one bad Asian character and like 3 good ones. And this idiot, I don't think he or she even read the entire book, but just decided it was racist. So it's the moment you see a racial slur, I'm like, dude, why don't you take into account the racial slur is being spoken by a really trashy person who just hates this Asian, who just has no respect for this Asian person. And it's not as if he was depicted as being like some kind of hero. Imagine if I'd like done a comic where there was a superhero that was like stopping Asians from like existing. The superhero went into Chinatown and said, "Don't worry, I'll save you from these Asian people." And at the end, everyone's like, "You stopped the Asian people. You're the most awesome hero this side of DC universe. I'm so glad you were written into existence by this awesome dude to protect us from haters." I don't know, something along those lines. You're like, yeah, man, that's pretty messed up. And just you got like a character, you got like one character who's just a bad Asian person, and then another really crappy person calls that character a racial slur, and that makes me a racist. You're an idiot. And the people that say that stuff, they haven't done squat. Or if they do, they're only capable of doing this politically correct crap anyway. That's all they'll ever know how to do. They suck. They're stupid. Yeah, it's gonna take so long. I shouldn't have made this and this size. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's baby smack that. What else is new? I just watched Halloween Kills. It was pretty awesome, I gotta admit. I'm not much of a Michael Myers fan. But I suddenly, it's really weird what happened is I ended up watching, I'm a real big fan of Italian exploitation films, and I watched Joe D'Amato's, or Aristide, whatever, not much, I forgot his real name. He made all these, like, phony pseudonyms. And he was, he's an exploitation director, so he'd make up fake names. I think he made a Hong Kong exploitation film and changed his name to Wilson Yip. So he just pretended to be all these different nationalities to better his chances at capitalizing on those markets. And maybe I'm a sucker for really enjoying his work. I love his movies. And I loved that. And it was absurd. And the maniac in that film is played by George Eastman, and even that's his fake his fake American name, English name. Real name is Luigi Montefiore, and I love that guy. His screen presence is awesome. I seriously wish I could meet that dude. He's the coolest guy. It's like I've been so impressed by his acting. He's just this dude who's just his presence. He just does some expressions, and he's a great actor. But it seemed kind of he did a bunch of spaghetti western and was real prolific from what I can tell. And so he just kind of got caught up with this Italian exploitation director. And anyway, yeah, I ended up doing some real sleazy exploitation films. One was absurd, and people who are bigger Halloween fans than I am just all agreed. It was unanimous that this was just a Halloween ripoff. And I've seen Halloween, the original John Carpenter's original, sure. And ironic as this sounds, I was actually inspired to catch up on Halloween because I loved Absurd so much. Now that is absurd, isn't it? The cheap Italian knockoff I liked more. Yeah, I just really enjoyed it. So I said I'd like to have some more of that. Oh, yeah. Why don't I do this whole franchise that I just ripped off? And he's been sitting right there. I watched a few. I just think one issue I've got with it, and I don't know why. I think it's because I got so accustomed to Jason and Freddy. And I like the style of how they both played out. And Jason is in some ways very similar to how I. Okay, here comes Smokey again. There's really hard. Okay, just I gotta draw. The kills were usually pretty ironic, And he killed people that were in his way, but mostly he killed. First, you got to see all these obnoxious teenagers camping and being promiscuous and gross, and just not, you didn't warm up to them too much. He always warmed up to the final girl, who's always, a very good, virtuous person. They were very likable, and they had some weakness, some plight. There was often character development. Tina and Friday 13.7, it was as bad as I said, they were satisfying kills, and they're kind of cheesy, it felt fake enough. It was scary, but it felt fake enough. This cat was chewing on my tablet, so she demands some petting, so I'm trying to show her some affection and do this. And then Michael Myers was always it was what a lot of people want, which is the terror of not knowing who everyone's game, and I guess that got more popular in the late early 2000s, I guess. It started a lot of film that just horror films. It seemed like more and more there wasn't this irony anymore. I love the irony, but I can understand. I know if you want more punch, you can make your evil a little. You can make the villain. Uh, Less discerning, just more out to kill. I know Freddy, but even Freddy was just kind of fun. And maybe it's just because I got introduced to Freddy at an earlier age, so maybe I was just more accustomed to him. I guess by the time I got to Michael Myers, I just wasn't feeling it. And then, I wanted it. Then I just got this, real desire for just brutality in movies. I don't like blatant nihilism, but sometimes, sometimes it's satisfying watching a horror film that's less compromising. How are we looking? Okay. Oh yeah, what I was going to say. You zoom out, and that still doesn't look too great, does it? But that's what we're going to add more details to. And ladies and gents, I am getting short on time. I do have to take a week. I know you really want to know that, but that's just I'm trying to be authentic here. I want to be truthful with everybody. And the truth is, I drank coffee. After I didn't drink it before Halloween Kills because I didn't want to have to take a ton of bathroom breaks like I would do. So I had a thermos with my coffee out in the car, and I chugged it down before I get home. And now it's passing through me, and I have to pee. And that's the truth. And the cat is on my lap, and I still have about 15 minutes before I fly out to the bus stop. So we'll see what we can get done in that time. And let's not dilly-dally. These glasses a little more. What? You know what? Let's try it too. How's this look? Let me do this to. Oh, no. Smoky, please. Ah, sweetheart. Thank you. I'll need to. Ah! Okay. Not that bad. I know. I wish there was some way you could understand that what I'm doing is it's not a game. Oh, no. Don't do that to my pen, alright? It's not a toy. Oh, yeah, I love that. What am I using? Crayon? I can't see past my cat. Can y'all tell me? Am I using crayon right now? Oh, man, I can't see the menu. Oh, whatever. Love this tool. Yep. Toadie's new comic Tyler is out, and pretty soon you will be able to purchase the autographed copy, autographed by me and Baby Lewis, frontman of Texas Rock Band, the Toadies. And as I've often tell people, is that no, it's not a Cannibal Corpse comic. It is the Toadies. But that doesn't mean you won't see blood and dismemberment and murder. In other words, it's a morbid comic. See it coming. I got the invitation to be the illustrator of this comic. I did not anticipate that. I've heard the Toadies before. And I, frankly, just, you know what it is it's not, unlike Cannibal Corpse, so it's just very literal. They say detail by detail how people are fictitiously murdered. This is all fantasy, it's all fake, it's not the real stuff, so it's okay, kind of sort of enjoy it. Not the healthiest stuff in the world, but it's not real, no one gets hurt. They don't have real life violence. But the difference is the Toadies don't come out and say exactly what's going on. It's metaphorical, perhaps. It's more abstract. The lyrics are just a lot more open to interpretation. And apparently, but that's all these years, I didn't realize it, but Damian Lewis had a pretty morbid, macabre story in his head. Maybe, I don't know if he had it in his head before he actually interpreted it through lyrics that were not very clear as to what was going on. Anyway, these are stories in fantasy. Like I said, I personally don't like telling a story from the one crazy person's point of view. And I will say one thing I like about doing Baby's story was the character in question he's nuts. You know, he's like Poe, Telltale Heart, I think it was. It's just he's not evil so much as he is. He's just completely crazy, and he thinks he's doing something good. Like he listens to his mind, and this is good storytelling. I mean, you know, Poe was a genius. Some other parts of his life I heard about, but probably not too outstanding. But you know, hey, I don't know, but I know his work is amazing. Yeah, real morbid stuff like that. Me personally, I like drawing from the hero's point of view. Um, and I like bad people. I typically with me, I'm not like I said, I'm more like Jason. Not more like Jason. My stories play out more like Friday the 13th. I don't do mass killers, or I haven't lately that I recall. But I do. I introduce some characters. I make them despicable, and probably, you know, I take a lot of inspiration from real life. You know, just the worst, some real lousy people, and even in life, you know, it's not some of the kind of people that in life I would not wish death on. I say that for people who are actually a danger to innocent people. I hope they die before they hurt anybody innocent. But just really rude people I don't wish death on, but I'm probably not going to feel totally bad if really just crappy people bite it. And so in my comics, it's kind of cathartic, you know, I take really rude people. I did one story, I did one novel I self-published called Melissa, so after I was done, I still released it, and then later on down the road I decided I didn't like it too much. I wasn't real happy with it. One thing in that, like I basically, you know, you had some buttheads who see a young woman riding in their car and they just kind of want to terrorize her. So they're like right up on her tail, and something ends up happening. I think it's like a phenomenon, you know, that has to do with the evil taking over this town, all that good stuff. It was like they go off the road and they get involved in such a terrible car crash, they're dying horribly. And it's kind of satisfying kills. You watch Halloween Kills, and it's like see a lot of people getting killed in that. It's just like you feel for it. It's just like, oh man, that sucks. you really, I mean, you know, just everyone's game. You know, everyone's you know, just because you're the virtuous you're the virgin teenage girl that like doesn't want to smoke a cigarette. You know, unlike Jason, Michael, you're not going to get one over on Michael Myers. He's probably still going to brutally kill you. And I'll even say, you know, it also made it harder because it was like very few of the kills in Halloween Kills were quick kills. They made you feel it. You heard the thump and the bump and the crack and smack and the gushing blood and the bursting vessels and all that stuff. It was a brutal film. That's what John Carpenter himself said. Tony Timpone made a post and said, asked John Carpenter what he thought of the new film. He says, brutal, man. And Tony Timpone said, and I saw it, and I concur. It's a brutal film. So yeah, I gotta go see this. I'm in the mood for something brutal. I want something to make me squirm. You know, don't go easy on me. Give me some brutal horror. Let's have it. I liked Absurd, so now I'm gonna treat myself to this. It was totally worth it. I think the theater only charged $5. Did I ever tell you how I met John Carpenter? Well, I did. Door in Philadelphia. I'd originally taken interest because Stallone was going to be there. And then I found out Stallone was. I love you, Sly. And I know you're listening because I know secretly Sylvester Stallone watches my art um, videos. Thanks, Sly. I appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate it. But yeah, like I heard, hey, it's Sly, so cut him some slack. But they said Sly's going to be at this thing. I said I'm going. And then I took another look later on, and there was some mention about a little fee of $500 to get your photo taken with the man, and maybe an autograph. I forget. I think I said for $500, I want 2 minutes for a plug. I'm gonna bring all my work, and I'm gonna show my stories and my artwork, all this stuff, and talk about it. 2 straight minutes. You'd have that for $500. And but yeah, I was $500. So I really want to meet my hero Sylvester Stallone. But it turned out John was there. I'm not that John Carpenter fan, and after meeting him, I didn't really, become much more. It's all with all due respect to him, man. I think he's amazing. I really do. I love most of his movies. I enjoy all of them. I mean, in particular, the horror for obvious reasons, just because I'm a horror nut. Got about 10 more minutes, folks. And I met him, and look at this. Let's try this for the. Oh man, messed that up. I love digital art. I even just correct it like that. Save your progress. Digital art rules, and Mishmish is still closed. And old guy, you were so rude to me. I really can't believe it. I don't know why. Maybe I shouldn't bellyache. I just don't know why people gotta be so rude to me. Should I grow some tits or something? Should I have gender reassignment surgery and become a young college girl, or identify as a young college girl? Will you be nice to me then? Guess what? I don't care. Because even if I go get this gender reassignment surgery, and you're nice to me, I'm still not gonna sleep with you. And that's the truth. So I'm sorry. Well, that didn't work out as good as I'd hoped, but I still kind of like the effect. I wanted to get some lines to. I like doing a little reflection on glasses on here. What can we use? What can we do to get the effect that I want? Let's do this. There we go. I like that. Oh yeah, the airbrush. I love it. Oops, it's a little too much. Don't pile it on too much. Tasteful amounts. Remember one complaint I got one criticism I got from an editor one time on submitting was my stuff was a little murky. So I used real heavy gray tones in my comics, and I lightened up on the gray tones this time around for Door to Death, and I have Junji Ito to thank for that. I looked at his and realized how minimal his gray tones were. And I said, well, I'm going to try doing this with less gray tones. And at first I used hardly any, and then I let instincts kick in, just what works for my art in particular. And so I started incorporating a little more gray tones. Just try not to use it to fill out the space too much. Try to rely on just the black strokes and everything. But oops, not too much. Yeah. A little more kind of texture to those eyeballs. And see how this works. Let's see. Nope, I don't think so. How about? And then I did it. No, that's good. Yeah, I like this. So I don't want to give any spoilers, but this character might. Now, if you read issue 6, you might have an idea. You might get an idea what's going on here. You might recognize this character. She looks significantly different since she became possessed by the evil pseudo sushi. What do y'all think? You like it? Yes! Oh, thank you. Who said that, please? Hello? Yep. Okay, fine. Sorry, we'll come back and do more of this later. Yeah, all these little details for it. See, now we're getting somewhere. See, like, if I'd stopped halfway through, halfway in, it's just like, yeah, this is crap. Just keep with it. Keep on laying it on, and, you get to where you want to be. Yeah, getting close, folks. See how much more we can do before we're done. I want to have some tentacles coming out of the mouth. The mutation going on, of course, and I don't know. We're kind of some background. You know what? Maybe I'll give it a little time to the background because I want to make it pop more. And I think a really bright. Ooh, look at this! I love this. Yes. I really hope I can get that. I'm feeling a little more spiffy today. I got a little more energy. Yeah, you see, I mean, it depends on. Sometimes I'm really wired, and I can run it mouth a lot. It was a little more mellow yesterday, so it depends on where I'm at in the day. I can be a different person. Whatever it is, I hope you like the one you get in the moment. She had some like humorous like war things coming on her face and sprouting. All right. Which you will all get to see Hughes because it's almost here. It's almost here. So happy. I'm looking forward. I'm gonna be. I promised myself I'm gonna get back to writing, and I'm thrilled because I'm gonna get back to Jext. I decided I've got like three. Right. A Broken Vein I left open for more. I have. What's the other one? Broken Vein is a story I was pretty happy with, inspired by Terrible Dream, like a lot of these are. Broken. What's that called? Broken Vein, of course, the Mossy Rock story, Mossy Rock reunion, where they go back to Mossy Rock. It's revisiting locales and characters from At the Heart of Atrocity, as well as, of course, Growls, which tie very much into Joy to Death. So, but novella's a lot. It was like going to be a 3-part novella, the Mossy Rock reunion. What else? Oh man, Broken Vein and one other. What is that other book I left open for continuation? Broken. It's not coming to me. I hate that one. I forget my own books. But Jext is the one I'm feeling the most. I really like the setup. I'm just really thrilled to get back into it. It's one where I think like I'm making not like James Bond, but it's a man who gets a lot of money for doing some real dirty work to take out some really bad dudes. And they're in cahoots with these evil powers. So yes, there are monsters and mutations, and there's going to be a lot of sex and violence. A lot of stuff I would not draw. Not today. I would when I was a pissed off teenager, but not now. But I'll write about a lot of shit. Thank you. That's for adult readers. Broken Vein. Oh man, I left them open for continuation with no immediate plans to actually make it happen. Oh man, that's going to drive me absolutely crazy. I could just get online. Let's all take a little trip to Amazon. Who? Oh, I gotta go. Right after this, we're going. Okay, so you're gonna get more Jext. Stagnant blood time. Actually, the other issue that is comes in. There's broken vein. The one was alright. Door to death. Red meat witch is my Hong Kong exploitation homage. Well, daggone! I could have sworn there was one other I did. Whispering Cuts. Did anyone like that? No, I guess not. Okay, everybody, I'm gonna wrap it up. Let's save this and call it a day. I gotta get going. Hopefully these videos are safe, so I can share them with y'all. But if you're watching, that means it worked out. I'm sure it will. Takes forever to save. So let's take one more look at. You know, I'm not gonna lie, folks. I'm not terribly thrilled, but we'll give it time. I might do something else, and this is just a bonus artwork. I have no idea. We'll figure it out. But let's downsize this. All right, let's close it. And here. Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, there's an hour there. Yeah. Shoot, so much trouble with my video editing software. I hope I can get these to work soon. Crazy. All right, God bless y'all. Thanks for watching. Peace.